12 midday in the blazing sun at Hammam, Sara, part of the Qasr al-Hallabat site. This is 2 kilometers from the castle al-Hallabat. So at first glance this doesn't look like very much, just a pile of old stones, but it is the best preserved example of an Islamic bathhouse dating back from the 8th century. I'll have a look over there in a second. Specifically the Umayyad period, likely of the Caliphate of al-Walid I in 710 to 715 CE. Even though the opulence was redefined by the Umayyads, it has the Roman and Byzantine inspired luxury to it. We'll have a look to the apodiatrium, the changing room, which will be lined with basalt and limestone. There's a tepidarium, a warm room, a caldarium, a hot room, which is just behind me, and you can see how it would be heated underneath. The Roman style heating has been used for over 1,300 years. So I'm about 60 kilometres northwest of Amman, even though it's only 60 kilometres, it did take just over an hour and a bit to get here because the roads are so interesting. And if you were doing a really long day starting very early, you could also do Kalana, Amra and al-Hallabat at the same time. Azraq also doing 5 castles in a day, but it's just too hot today, so I'm just going to quit after I go and have a closer look here at Hammam, Sara. This site, Hammam Sara, is actually quite small. It has a mosque, the bathhouse itself, and the reservoir for the water that would have serviced the Hammam. Built under the Umayyad Caliph Walid I in 705 to 715. This hammam is part of the larger luxurious retreat of Qasr al-Hallabat. This hammam or bathhouse has advanced features of the heating system, the hypocaust, and a sophisticated water management system. While similar to the Qasr Amra Hammam, its configuration is a little different. The way the building is orientated, there was a large walled garden in front of the entryway of Hammam Sara. Within that walled garden, there was a cemetery. And when you look at the topography of the area, you can see that there would have been luxurious fountains that people would have walked around while they enjoyed this space. Thick garden walls are orientated to the south of the building in a U-shaped configuration. These walls were really quite thick, and they would have been about just over 100 meters to the south and maybe 50 or 60 meters east-west. While visiting the site of Hammam Sara, you don't need much time, maybe 15 minutes, 20 minutes, half an hour, but take your time to have a look at some of the different archaeological and architectural features of this site. Looking to the north, you can see the reservoir to the right-hand side of the bathhouse. The sophisticated water system consisted of both bringing the water to the site and taking the waste away. When reading archaeological research papers of this site, you can see where the piping system is coming to and from the buildings. The site is easy to traverse, but if you do have mobility issues, you may just want to have a look at the Hammam itself rather than exploring the land around the Hammam. Reading archaeological research papers, I found out that this section and the one over the far side are both latrines. Some research papers say that the space between the two latrines was an entry hall, but the way that the wall is constructed, it doesn't indicate to me that that was a doorway. The reconstruction of Hammam Sara has been completed by a Spanish archaeological team. After entering into the audience hall through this amazing doorway, the audience hall is about 8 meters by 9 meters and would have been covered by 3 barrel vaults resting east to west with diaphragm arches. In the eastern corner of the room, there is a small sunken fountain pool, approximately 2 meters by 3 meters. The doorways are around 80 centimeters wide. The first room we go into is a transition room, which could have been a change room and an apodiatrium, about 2.4 by 3.5 meters. This is the space where a traditional frigidarium would have been. But in the architecture of this building, the frigidarium is after the caldarium. Moving through the small squat doorway into the tepidarium, this almost square room, 3 meters by 3 meters, could have been for anointing and rubbing. An uncatarium or districtinarium. The suspense array floor are resting on central grid 5 by 5 pillae, cylindrical bricks built on a square brick base. There is a ventilation system where hot air and steam could rise through the ceiling. This engineering would have regulated the temperature and would have controlled moisture and condensation. With these flues, it could be a Venturi effect where the wind blowing in and creates a vacuum for air exchange. This cruciform or cross-shaped room has an umbrella dome with a polylobed circular base and ribbed vault divided into individual webs, and 2 semicircular recess arches over the windows, all designed to assist with the circulation of the hot air in the chamber. The room measures approximately 3.7 by 3.7 meters. Conflicting descriptions of this room vary between archaeological research papers. This could have been the frigidarium, the cold plunge pool area, or it could have been the furnace that would have serviced as the heating for the whole of the bathhouse. So with one final look at the hypocastrum, this amazing ancient engineering system, we bid farewell to Hammam Asara in the eastern desert of Jordan. Happy travels!